Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk to you about a powerful force within each of us, the force that transforms dreams into reality, that turns aspirations into tangible achievements. I'm talking about the crystallization of desire into action. This concept, drawn from the teachings, is the bridge between your dreams and the life you want to create. What the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. But the truth is, desire alone is not enough. We must crystallize that desire into action, and in doing so, we tap into a reservoir of potential we might not even know we have. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and share the channel with your friends. Let's get started on this journey together. To crystallize your desires into action, one of the most critical steps is to define your definite major purpose. This is not just about having a vague idea of what you want to accomplish in life. It is about identifying a specific goal, a clear and definite purpose that becomes the driving force behind every action you take. Many people live life without a clear sense of direction. They may have general desires, like wanting to be happy, successful, or rich. But these are not goals that can inspire meaningful action. The key to achieving greatness is to define exactly what you want and why you want it. Think of your definite major purpose as the North Star of your life. It is the beacon that guides you through the stormy seas of doubt, fear, and distraction. When you are clear about your purpose, you are not easily swayed by the opinions of others or the temporary obstacles that come your way. Your purpose becomes the lens through which you view every decision, every challenge, and every opportunity. The process of defining your purpose requires introspection and honesty with yourself. Ask yourself questions like, what is it that I truly desire in life? What would make me feel fulfilled and satisfied? What am I passionate about? Your purpose must come from within you, not from external pressures or societal expectations. It must be something that resonates with your deepest values, your natural talents, and your authentic desires. This purpose also needs to be compelling enough to ignite your passion. A strong desire is one that stirs your emotions, one that excites you so deeply that the mere thought of achieving it fuels your drive. When your purpose excites you, it becomes more than a goal. It becomes a vision that you are determined to bring to life, no matter what. It gives you the energy and motivation to take consistent action toward its achievement. Once you've identified your purpose, write it down and be as specific as possible. For example, if your goal is to become successful, don't just say, I want to be successful. Instead, clarify what success means to you, whether it's achieving a certain career milestone, creating a business, building meaningful relationships, or mastering a specific skill. The more specific and tangible your goal, the clearer your path will be. Additionally, make sure your definite major purpose aligns with your personal values and long-term vision. It must be something you truly believe in and are willing to commit to for the long haul. Short-term goals may come and go, but your definite major purpose will be the one thing that remains constant, guiding you through your life's journey. Remember, this purpose is not something that can be abandoned after a few months. It's a long-term commitment, a promise you make to yourself to persist, to adapt, and to grow until you've achieved what you set out to do. There will be setbacks and challenges along the way, but when you are clear about your purpose, you will always find a way forward. In conclusion, the clarity and specificity with which you define your definite major purpose will determine your success. By committing yourself to this purpose and focusing all your energy and actions towards it, you will find that you have a roadmap that guides you through any challenge or obstacle. Your definite major purpose is the foundation upon which your dreams will be built, and with it, you can transform your desires into action. Once you've clearly defined your definite major purpose. The next critical step in crystallizing your desire into action is to visualize and truly believe in the achievement of that desire. Visualization is not just a mental exercise, it is the process of mentally experiencing the future you desire as though it is already happening. It is about seeing yourself as the person you wish to become and fully embracing the feelings, sights, and sounds that will accompany your success. To start, you must form a vivid mental image of what success looks like. This goes far beyond a simple daydream or wishful thinking. It requires you to immerse yourself in the details of your success as if it were already here. Imagine the scene of your success. What does it look like? Who is there with you? What emotions do you feel when you achieve this goal? Is it pride, joy, relief, or excitement? Let those emotions wash over you as you experience the victory in your mind. For example, if your desire is to build a successful business, picture yourself walking into your office, seeing your team engaged in productive work, interacting with clients, or receiving accolades for your achievements. Feel the sense of fulfillment and accomplishment in your heart as you visualize your success. The clearer and more real this picture becomes, the more powerful it will be in motivating you to take action. Visualization is powerful because it speaks directly to your subconscious mind, which doesn't differentiate between what's real and what's imagined. When you vividly visualize your success, your subconscious begins to accept it as reality. This makes it easier for you to stay focused on your goal because your mind is already conditioned to believe it is within your reach. The next critical step is belief. This is where many people fall short. Visualizing your success is important, but it is only effective if you also believe that what you see in your mind's eye is not only possible but inevitable. Your belief is the emotional fuel that drives you to persist in the face of obstacles and setbacks. Belief in your success comes from within. It is the inner conviction that you are worthy of your dreams and that you are capable of achieving them. However, this belief doesn't come naturally to everyone. Many people are filled with self-doubt or fear of failure, which can sabotage their progress. To build and reinforce your belief, you must focus on affirmations and positive self-talk. Every time a negative thought or doubt arises, counter it with a positive affirmation that reinforces your belief in your abilities. For instance, tell yourself, "I am capable of achieving my goals," or "I have the strength and determination to succeed." Additionally, surrounding yourself with positive influences, people who believe in you and your vision, can help solidify your belief. When you are in an environment where others uplift and encourage you, it becomes easier to believe in your own potential. It's also important to remind yourself regularly of your past successes, no matter how small. Reflect on the challenges you've overcome in the past and use them as evidence that you are capable of facing new challenges. The more you acknowledge your ability to succeed, the stronger your belief will grow. Another powerful tool in building belief is repetition. Consistency in your visualization practices, paired with affirmations, will ingrain the belief into your subconscious mind. Every day, take time to close your eyes and vividly imagine your success, feeling the emotions that would accompany that achievement. As you do this, remind yourself that your goal is not a distant fantasy, but a reality that you are actively creating. Belief is not a one-time event, it must be nurtured daily. When you fully believe that your desire is possible, your actions become aligned with that belief. You begin to take the necessary steps to make it happen, not because you think you should, but because you know it is inevitable. The combination of vivid visualization and unwavering belief creates a mental and emotional blueprint for success. Your mind will begin to recognize opportunities, resources, and people that align with your goals. You will no longer see obstacles as roadblocks, but as stepping stones to your success. This mental conditioning, combined with your belief, transforms you from someone who merely dreams about success into someone who is actively creating it. In conclusion, visualization and belief are the cornerstone of turning your desires into action. The clearer you can make the image of your success in your mind, and the stronger you believe that it is not only possible but already within your reach, the more power you will have to make it real. Your mind, fueled by belief and visualized success, will drive you toward your goal with relentless focus, determination, and resilience. The achievement of your desires starts within, and when you truly believe, nothing is beyond your reach. Once you've visualized your success and built unwavering belief in your ability to achieve your goals, the next crucial step is to take decisive action. Desire and belief are powerful forces, but without action, they remain just dreams. It's in the execution of your plans that dreams begin to manifest into reality. Decisive action is the vehicle that drives you from where you are today to where you want to be tomorrow. Taking decisive action is not about waiting for the perfect moment or having all the answers. It's about moving forward even when conditions aren't ideal. It's about making a commitment to take a step, no matter how small, towards your goal every single day. Many people fail to achieve their dreams because they wait for the perfect circumstances to take action. They wait for the right opportunity, the right timing, or the right amount of knowledge. The truth is, there is never a perfect time to start. Action always comes before perfection. The power of decisiveness lies in the commitment to act now. It's about making a firm decision and not allowing doubt or fear to paralyze you. Indecision is often what keeps people stuck, never moving forward because they are afraid of making the wrong choice. But the truth is, any action, even a small one, is better than no action at all. It's through taking action that you learn, grow, and refine your approach. If you make a mistake, that's not failure, it's feedback. Every step you take, whether it's a success or a setback, brings you closer to your goal because it teaches you valuable lessons that help you improve. The first step in taking decisive action is to create a clear plan. You must know exactly what you're working towards and break that larger goal down into smaller, manageable steps. By outlining the specific actions you need to take, you create a roadmap for yourself. This roadmap guides your journey, making it easier to stay on track and avoid distractions. Whether it's making phone calls, writing emails, researching, or meeting people, each task moves you forward and brings you closer to your ultimate goal. But simply creating a plan is not enough. You must be willing to take action on that plan consistently. Many people create beautiful plans but never follow through. Taking decisive action means committing to daily progress, no matter how small the steps may seem. Success is built on consistency. The key is to take one small action after another, day in and day out. The compound effect of consistent action over time will propel you toward your goal faster than you could imagine. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the size of a goal, but when you focus on the next immediate action, no matter how minor it may seem, it becomes much more manageable. Another important aspect of decisive action is the ability to adapt and adjust as you go. As you start moving towards your goal, you may encounter unexpected challenges or opportunities that you hadn't anticipated. The ability to take action is not just about executing a plan, but being flexible and open to change when necessary. If something isn't working, take the time to analyze and adjust your approach. Your actions need to be aligned with your purpose, but they also need to be dynamic enough to evolve as circumstances change. The best actions are those that reflect your growth and learning, rather than being rigid or stuck in a fixed pattern. Sometimes, decisive action means stepping outside of your comfort zone. Many people hesitate to take bold steps because they fear failure or rejection. But taking action often requires courage, the courage to face your fears, to confront uncertainty, and to act even when you don't have all the answers. The path to success is rarely a straight line. It's filled with uncertainty, risks, and challenges. But the people who succeed are the ones who take action in spite of fear. They are willing to make decisions even when the outcome is unknown. It's this courage that pushes you to grow and evolve into the person capable of achieving your desires. Decisive action is also about overcoming procrastination. Procrastination is one of the most insidious barriers to success. It's the act of putting off important tasks, often due to fear, doubt, or feeling overwhelmed. The key to overcoming procrastination is to break tasks into smaller, manageable pieces and take immediate action on the first step. When you start small, it's easier to build momentum. Once you begin, you'll find that taking action is not as daunting as it seemed. The hardest part is often just starting. Once you've broken through the inertia, you'll find that action becomes easier and more natural as you move forward. Additionally, it's important to maintain a sense of urgency when taking action. This doesn't mean rushing or acting impulsively, but rather understanding that time is precious and that every day is an opportunity to make progress. People who succeed are those who are committed to making the most of each moment. They don't waste time waiting for things to be perfect. They take action now and trust that the right conditions will fall into place as they move forward. Maintaining urgency fuels your motivation and reminds you that every action you take is one step closer to achieving your desires. Taking decisive action also involves being accountable. Hold yourself to the highest standards and take full responsibility for your progress. Accountability creates momentum because you're no longer waiting for someone else to push you or motivate you. You become your own driving force. Share your goals with someone who can hold you accountable, or track your progress regularly to keep yourself on track. This helps you stay committed to your actions and avoid falling into complacency. In conclusion, decisive action is the essential ingredient that turns desire into reality. It's the force that moves you forward, even when you're unsure, afraid, or faced with challenges. Taking action means making a commitment to your dreams and doing what is necessary, even when it feels difficult. It's about taking small, consistent steps, being adaptable, facing fear head-on, and overcoming procrastination. When you embrace decisive action, you transform your desires from mere thoughts into tangible results, propelling you closer to the life you envision. The key to success lies not in waiting for the right moment, but in creating momentum through decisive, purposeful action. As you embark on the journey toward your goals, you will inevitably face challenges, obstacles, and setbacks. These moments are a natural part of the process, and they are often the test of your resolve and commitment to your definite major purpose. Persistence is the quality that separates those who ultimately succeed from those who give up when faced with difficulty. To persist in the face of challenges is to continue pushing forward despite adversity, to keep moving even when the road gets tough, and to maintain your belief in your ability to succeed, even when the outcome seems uncertain. The reality of achieving any significant goal is that it will not be a smooth, uninterrupted path. In fact, the journey to success is often filled with more challenges than successes, especially in the beginning. There will be moments when everything seems to be falling apart. You may face rejection, criticism, financial struggles, or a series of failures that make it seem like your goal is unattainable. It's easy to become discouraged when things don't go as planned. But what separates the dreamers from the achievers is not the ability to avoid challenges, but the courage to persist in spite of them. Persistence begins with the understanding that challenges are not barriers to your success. They are part of the process. Every setback, every failure, and every disappointment carries with it a lesson, an opportunity to learn and grow. The key to persistence is viewing these obstacles not as signs that you should quit, but as temporary setbacks that are meant to strengthen you. It's easy to give up when things go wrong, but those who succeed are those who view challenges as opportunities for growth. Every time you encounter an obstacle, you have the choice to either give in to it or use it as fuel to push yourself harder. When facing challenges, it's crucial to maintain a long-term perspective. In the heat of the moment, it's easy to become overwhelmed by how difficult things feel or how far away your goal seems. But success is not achieved in a single moment. It is a series of small steps taken over time, often requiring you to weather the storms and push through when things are at their hardest. It's essential to remember that each step forward, even in the face of adversity, brings you closer to your ultimate goal. The challenges you face are only temporary, but your persistence can last a lifetime. One of the most important aspects of persistence is the ability to keep moving forward, even when results are not immediately apparent. In the early stages of working toward a goal, progress can feel slow and invisible. This is where many people falter. They expect quick results, and when they don't see immediate change, they lose hope. However, true success requires patience and long-term commitment. Small, consistent actions, compounded over time, lead to massive results. Even if you can't see the fruits of your labor right away, know that your efforts are building the foundation for future success. Just because you don't see immediate results doesn't mean your work is going unnoticed. Often, the real rewards come after you've put in the work and persisted long enough to see the results of your efforts. Persistence is also about developing a mindset of resilience, the ability to bounce back when things don't go as planned. Failure is not the end of the road. It is a lesson that helps refine your approach and makes you stronger. Resilience is about understanding that failure is a natural part of the journey. Every successful person has encountered failure at some point, but what sets them apart is their refusal to stay down. They get up, they analyze the situation, they adjust their strategy, and they try again. Resilience means refusing to allow failure to define you, but rather using it as a stepping stone toward eventual success. In addition to resilience, persistence requires a deep belief in your purpose. When you have a clear and compelling reason for pursuing your goal, it becomes much easier to persist through the tough times. Your belief in the value of your goal must be stronger than the temporary discomfort of the challenges you face. If your desire is strong enough, it will carry you through even the darkest times. When your why is powerful, it becomes the anchor that keeps you grounded and motivated, no matter how many storms you face along the way. It's also important to surround yourself with support and positive influences when times get tough. You don't have to go through challenges alone. Find people who uplift and encourage you, whether it's friends, family, mentors, or a support network of like-minded individuals. Having people who believe in you and your vision can provide the strength and motivation you need to keep going. They can offer advice, perspective, and encouragement that can help you stay the course when you're feeling discouraged. Sometimes, just knowing that someone else believes in your dreams can be enough to push you through the hard times. Another key aspect of persistence is maintaining flexibility. Sometimes challenges arise because our initial plans and methods don't work. Instead of becoming discouraged, persistence requires you to adapt and adjust your approach. Being persistent doesn't mean stubbornly following the same path no matter what. It means remaining committed to your goal while being open to new ways of achieving it. You may need to pivot, try new strategies, or change your approach in order to overcome obstacles. But the important thing is that you keep moving forward regardless of the setbacks. Moreover, persistence is about developing a mindset of continuous improvement. Instead of viewing challenges as failures, see them as opportunities to refine your skills, expand your knowledge, and enhance your abilities. Each challenge you face is an opportunity to become better and stronger. When you persist through adversity, you don't just reach your goal. You grow as a person, developing qualities like patience, perseverance, and resilience that will serve you in all areas of your life. In conclusion, persistence is the cornerstone of success. It is the relentless drive to continue moving forward, no matter how difficult the journey becomes. It's about viewing challenges as opportunities for growth, staying focused on your long-term vision, and refusing to give up when things don't go as planned. The road to success is often filled with setbacks, but those who persist are the ones who ultimately reach their goals. Keep going, no matter how tough it gets, because your persistence will eventually pay off. The journey may be hard, but the reward is always worth it. Mastering the art of self-discipline is one of the most powerful steps you can take toward achieving your goals and fulfilling your dreams. Self-discipline is the foundation upon which all successful endeavors are built. It is the ability to control your thoughts, emotions, and actions, even in the face of challenges or distractions, in order to stay focused on what truly matters. It is the skill that enables you to make consistent progress toward your objectives, even when external circumstances make it difficult or tempting to deviate from your path. Without self-discipline, all the dreams, desires, and goals you have will remain out of reach, no matter how much talent or potential you possess. At its core, self-discipline is about creating and maintaining habits that serve your long-term success. It's about understanding that every choice you make, whether big or small, has an impact on your ability to achieve your goals. Self-discipline is the process of making choices that align with your values and priorities, even when those choices are difficult or require sacrifices. It's the ability to resist the temptation of short-term gratification in favor of long-term rewards. This ability to delay immediate satisfaction in favor of greater future rewards is what separates those who achieve their desires from those who falter along the way. Mastering self-discipline begins with clarity of purpose. Before you can discipline yourself to take action, you must first be crystal clear about what you want to achieve. A well-defined goal provides you with a sense of direction and a reason to stay disciplined. When you know what you want and why you want it, you are more likely to make the sacrifices necessary to stay on course. This clarity helps you to avoid distractions and to stay focused on what truly matters. Without a clear vision, it's easy to lose sight of your goals and become swayed by temporary desires or external pressures. Once you have a clear sense of your purpose, the next step is to create a plan and stick to it. Self-discipline thrives in an environment of structure. It is not enough to have an idea of what you want to accomplish. You must break that vision down into actionable steps. Set a schedule, prioritize your tasks, and commit to completing them consistently. The more organized your plan is, the easier it will be to follow through. A structured approach helps you stay focused and prevents you from becoming overwhelmed by the enormity of the task ahead. Building self-discipline also involves creating daily habits that support your goals. Success is not about making a few big decisions. It is about making small, consistent decisions every day that align with your purpose. For example, if your goal is to get fit, your self-discipline will show up in your daily routine, whether it's waking up early for a workout, choosing healthier foods, or making time for rest. These small decisions, repeated daily, build the momentum you need to achieve your desired outcome. When your habits become ingrained in your daily life, self-discipline no longer feels like a struggle. It becomes second nature. One of the biggest challenges in mastering self-discipline is learning to manage distractions. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Social media, entertainment, and even well-meaning friends and family can pull your attention away from your goals. To maintain discipline, you must become intentional about how you spend your time and energy. One of the first steps is to eliminate or minimize distractions that don't contribute to your progress. For example, you might turn off notifications on your phone while working or create a dedicated space for deep work. You can also set specific times for relaxation and recreation, so that when you do take a break, you do so without guilt and with full awareness of why you're choosing to step away. Another key aspect of self-discipline is developing mental toughness. Mental toughness is the ability to remain focused and composed even in the face of stress, frustration, or discomfort. It's about not letting negative emotions or difficult circumstances derail your efforts. Self-discipline requires you to stay calm and centered even when things aren't going your way. Mental toughness involves developing the ability to push through moments of discomfort, knowing that the benefits of your hard work far outweigh the temporary struggles. It's about understanding that discipline is not always easy, but it is always worth it. Self-discipline also involves learning to manage your emotions. Many people struggle with staying disciplined because they allow their emotions to dictate their actions. When you feel tired, stressed, or overwhelmed, it can be tempting to abandon your goals or make excuses for not following through. But mastering self-discipline means learning how to manage your emotions and not allowing them to control your decisions. It's about recognizing that emotions are temporary and that the long-term rewards of staying disciplined far outweigh the temporary discomfort of pushing through difficult emotions. For instance, if you're feeling unmotivated or discouraged, instead of giving up, you can choose to take action anyway, trusting that the sense of accomplishment that comes from following through will make you feel better in the long run. Equally important is the ability to practice patience. Mastering self-discipline requires understanding that results take time. People often give up too soon because they want instant gratification. They want to see immediate results from their hard work. But lasting success is built over time through consistent effort. Self-discipline teaches you to stay the course, even when results are not immediately visible. It's the belief that small, consistent actions will eventually lead to big results. The key is to stay patient and trust the process, knowing that every small step you take is bringing you closer to your desired outcome. Accountability is another powerful tool in mastering self-discipline. When you have someone holding you accountable, whether it's a mentor, a friend, or a coach, you're more likely to stay disciplined. Sharing your goals with others creates a sense of responsibility and increases your motivation to follow through. It can also provide you with valuable support and encouragement when things get tough. When you are held accountable, you're less likely to make excuses or fall off track. You'll feel a sense of obligation to stick to your commitments, knowing that someone else is watching and rooting for your success. Lastly, mastering self-discipline involves embracing failure as part of the journey. It's easy to become discouraged when things don't go as planned, but every failure is an opportunity to learn and improve. Self-discipline isn't about being perfect, it's about continuing to move forward even when you face setbacks. When you make mistakes or encounter obstacles, use them as learning experiences. Adjust your approach, refine your strategy, and keep going. The key is not to let failure stop you, but to use it as a springboard for growth and continued progress. In conclusion, mastering the art of self-discipline is essential for achieving your goals and realizing your dreams. It's about making intentional, consistent choices that align with your purpose, developing the mental toughness to stay focused through difficulties, and cultivating habits that support your success. Self-discipline is not about perfection, it's about progress. It's about learning to manage distractions, emotions, and setbacks while staying committed to the long-term vision you've set for yourself. When you master self-discipline, you gain control over your life and your future, creating the foundation for lasting success. So, my friends, the crystallization of desire into action is not just a concept, it's a way of life. It requires clarity of purpose, belief in your vision, the courage to take action, the resilience to persist, and the discipline to stay focused. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. The question is, are you willing to crystallize your desire into deliberate, consistent action? The power is within you. The time is now. Your future begins today. Thank you.